Okay, hello and welcome back to some more F1 2021, my team. Today you join me for the Singapore Grand Prix, which has finally returned to our calendar. I've left it off for a couple of seasons, whilst I improved my overall driving style, because I used to struggle with this track so much. But I think it's time to go back and give it another shot. I've put a couple of practice laps in. And I'm ready to qualify. Hopefully, we can do top 10 qualifying. Maybe even a couple of purple sectors. I would not be against that whatsoever. But yeah, let's go. Setting a really quick opening couple of sectors. Purple sector 1, green sector 2. 0.6, 0.7 seconds, 0.8. Against my previous time as we go to cross the line. Losing a little bit of grip. We spin, and across the line we go. Going P21 as we ram our car into the back wall.
Against the spectacular backdrop of the Singapore skyline, Formula One returns once again to do battle in what tends to become something of an endurance race, with the notorious sauna-like temperatures in the cockpit making for an extremely physically challenging Grand Prix. The Marina Bay Street Circuit then has 23 corners, 13 to the left and 10 to the right, taking us a total of 3.1 miles around the landmarks of downtown Singapore. An average lap speed around here, just 107 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Let's talk about Reed. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Giovinazzi, Carlos Sainz, and Mick Schumacher, Norris, Tsunoda, Raikkonen, and Sergio Perez, Bottas, Aitken, George Russell, and Gasly, Joe, Stroll, Nobuharu Matsushita, and Daniel Ticktum, Latifi, Reed, Ocon, and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Obviously, not a great qualifying. Keeping it out of the barriers was the goal. The one goal I set, and it was the one goal that I failed. But I reckon we can make up for it in the race street circuits. I've always found a cheeky knack for it, except for Monaco, but we don't talk about Monaco because Monaco's not fun. So, yeah. On the hard tyres at the moment, but they will switch to the softs as we get into the race. But for some reason the strategy wouldn't change the icons. Anyways, here we go then to 5 red lights here in Singapore. We are underway for the Singapore Airlines Grand Prix. Latifi ahead of us in P19, looking towards turn 1. Go for a little dive down the inside of Latifi, getting past Ticktum as well. He's still alongside us as we dive down into turn 3. Little bit of rough and tumble going on, but we've made it up into P16, past Gasly, past Zhou. Gasly goes past us again into turn 5. We go past Matsushita as well as Gasly, holding everyone up behind us. But we have managed to get past Matsushita towards turn 7, looking for a move. He can't make it past. Going down the inside on turn 8 of Stroll and Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes. Wowee. As we go down towards turn 14 alongside Latifi here then, round the outside of turn 14, round the Williams, making it up into P12. What a opening lap to finish off lap 2. We also have purple sector 1, a green sector 2 and a green sector 3. DRS open, or on even,
and in the DRS zone,
which is very good for us. DRS zone ahead, going up lap 4 towards Russell, up into this very dodgy section between turn 10 and turn 13. getting ready to go across the bridge behind Russell into turn 13. Round the outside, we have a little look. We can't make it past, but we will have DRS. The drag race is on towards turn 14, sorry. We make it up and past around turn 14,
Nice overtake.
up into P11, 4 laps in, 9 places down, 11 to go. At the end of lap 4, we go and we see an early pit stop from Perez. Does he have wing damage? No. A couple of people are going in as well. Sonoda has also pitted. Up into P9. Obviously that won't last, but wow, people are pitting really, really early this race. Lap 5, Norris and Raikkonen ahead of us in the AlphaTauri and the McLaren alike. We are getting very, very close up behind Raikkonen. We'll be in within DRS range next time we go through a detection zone. Talking of detection zones, we have the DRS on Raikkonen from turn 13 to 14. We won't be able to overtake as he has it on Norris, but we can keep up and get even closer. Up to about a 0.5 second gap, half a second between me and Raikkonen. Coming towards turn 22, 0.2 seconds, and he pulls into the pits, and so does Norris. Schumacher as well.
Nick is in the pits. Nick in the pits.
We go past the traffic, and only me and Sainz have stayed out.
Lap. Push now.
Ahead of everyone, so it's me and Sainz pitting at the end of lap 6. I would assume, hopefully, we can get an alright pit stop. Maybe if Sainz has a bit of a bad one, so we can get a bit closer. That would be nice. Coming in now then. I don't like this pit stop. I hit that wall way too much, just to our right. Just making it down towards the 60km/h limit. I'm used to 80, so 60 is a lot more braking, a lot earlier braking than it normally would be. Sainz has been held up by me and Russell, and I think Aitken might have held him up a little bit as well. We pull out of the pits, a lot closer behind him than we were beforehand. Time-wise, though, I'm not too sure on the timings. Looking now, we're only a second behind Sainz out of that pit stop. DRS on Raikkonen ahead now. He is on the older tyres. We are on the new ones. Sainz ahead, also on the new tyres. We're in DRS range of both of them, which shows how close we are towards turn 8. Getting very up and close with Raikkonen there then. And going through turn 13, we have a look around the outside. DRS on him now towards turn 14. The drag race is on. We make it past up towards turn 14, through turn 14, and we are very much ahead.
Nice move. Good job.
We've managed to close the gap quite a lot towards Carlos Sainz in that Ferrari. Ahead of us now. Lap 8 begins DRS on the Ferrari. And a couple of people pit. Lap 8, same position we're in, just a little bit closer this time.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Okie dokie, Jeff. Will do, my man. Anyways,
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
I don't care. Behind Carlos Sainz now. Into the second DRS zone of this section. Yeah. Getting very, very, very close towards Sainz here. Literally on his tail. Going in towards turn 8. We go wheel to wheel past Carlos Sainz.
Okay,
and
good
up
work. Great pass.
into P13. Lap 10. Norris ahead of us now in that McLaren.
Back. We're seeing a gap form.
Jeff, man, shut up. We're going to have DRS on him. He'll have DRS on Perez. But that shouldn't be an issue for us. Looking down towards turn 7. He pulls left. We take the outside line and make it past very nicely. And very, very swiftly. Lap 11, same place that we were in last lap. Behind the Red Bull of Perez. We have DRS very close behind into turn 7, going towards turn 8 now. We're going to have a look into turn 8, and we're going to make it past.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
Very nicely done indeed. I'm quite proud of myself for that. Lap 12, Giovinazzi ahead of us now in P6. We are in P7. P6 would be an amazing finish from P20 after that qualifying. So 3 laps to get it, but it might only take 1. Round the outside of turn 7. He turned into us a little bit, but I can't complain. None of us got damage, and I am ahead into P6. At the end of lap 12, we're getting very, very close behind Yuki Tsunoda now in that AlphaTauri. Whether we can make it past by the end of the race, I'm not too sure. We have DRS on him, but he will constantly have DRS on our teammate. But if we could get up into P5, P5 would be absolutely insane. We just have to stick with him now and hope for the best. Towards the first DRS, full DRS zone of the lap, we are still very close behind. DRS on him. We're going to have the launch. He had a little bit of a slip up across that DRS line. Very close against the wall. He pushes us towards the wall. We managed to keep ourselves out of the barrier though and make it round, going a little bit wide and off the track. But we did have a little bit of contact down that straight, which is not good for either of us. Lap 14. Coming towards the final 2 corners, both 45 degrees, to start the final.
This is your final lap of the race.
Lap of the race. And unfortunately, we weren't able to catch up to Schumacher like I said we wouldn't be able to. But a P5 finish is still amazing for this championship. It's not over yet though. Tsunoda is behind us. Charles Leclerc in Ferrari red, your race winner today. However, Tsunoda is still behind us. Can he make it past? He cannot. We cross the line in P5.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Jeff's not very happy with that part. I'm very happy with that. We made it from P20 down to P5. We had an awful qualifying finish. We were on a flyer lap. We nearly died. But I'll take it.
It's never easy to make it across the finish line here in Singapore, but they've done so with some style here today to take a remarkable victory. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari do it again.
Okay then. Charles Leclerc P1, Max Verstappen P2, Hamilton P3, Schumacher P4 and us P5. Championship wise it's not great. Verstappen gets 8 points ahead, which actually might put him equal to me. Oh god. Let's have a look at the standings. We are tied on points. Oh shite. This is not good for us, because Red Bull have the stronger car. But I'm not giving up hope yet. Not just yet. We have Mexico next. After Mexico, I can't actually remember. I think we have Brazil and then Australia. So hopefully we can still pull the lead. 15 points ahead in the Constructors. But it's getting very, very close. Too close to call now. With 3 or 4 more races, we're going to just have to give it our all and possibly put a couple of extra practice laps in to get a good qualifying. So, that's the idea here then. Thank you for watching this one, and I hope to see you next time for the Mexican Grand Prix.